Hey, I'm Mr. Cool Soul Trop. Hey, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Cusp. Before we even get started in the cards, I need you to understand something. The choice you make now, or have made, or planning to make, has the power to completely change your next 6 months. And I don't feel like this is a small decision. This actually feels like staying where it's familiar or moving towards what your soul has been asking for. You know, the energy of like comfort versus alignment, fear versus transformation. So stay with me, beautiful souls, through this reading, because the deeper we go, I feel like the clearer the crossroads become. The energy of the crossroad, my Scorpio, Sagittarius cusps, the oracle cards have already been telling us here, telling me to tell you, this is not a practical decision. This is very spiritual, very karmic. This is karmic. This is soul level alignment. And honestly, the energy feels like your spirit already knows what needs to happen. But a part of you is still maybe hesitating because, you know, once this choice is made, there's no going back. Thank you for hitting the like button, whether this resonates or doesn't. I really appreciate it. And those of you that leave comments, as it does help me tap more into your energy. So beautiful souls, destiny is calling. Here is the rattlesnake. 43 could be significant, or perhaps even the number 7. The energy surrounding the crossroads. You know, this feels like spirits trying to get your attention. I'm hearing actually not very loudly, but through whispers, you know, those repeating signs, the dreams, the gut feelings, the synchronicities, the random moments that feel meaningful. The message here is you are being guided towards a new destiny. But you cannot force it from a place of ego or fear. This is powerful. The word powerful is very, very significant for some of you because, so what Spirit is saying here, the rattle speaks about working with Spirit instead of trying to control outcomes. And Scorpio, Sag, Cusp. Some of you are trying to figure out your next step logically, I'm hearing. So when this choice actually is going to lead you, it needs to be felt intuitively. Okay, so whatever this choice is, it needs to be felt intuitively. So the energy is saying, stop asking, what if it fails? And then start asking, what feels aligned with who I am becoming? Because what Spirit is opening is a path here. All right, but a hesitation perhaps is delaying some sort of movement for you. All right, we do next have smoky mirrors. 47 could be significant. Perhaps even the number 11. Maybe 1111s. You've been seeing 1111s. It could be significant. Number 11 is also of justice. Okay, let's get back on track here. Smoky mirror. It's like the energy of fog before clarity. So now this card, this is the emotional intensity I was feeling before we even got started, right? The smoky mirror talks about you cannot fully see the situation clearly right now because maybe it's fear. Maybe it's past disappointment. Maybe it's emotional wounds. Maybe it's self-doubt. That could be just clouding your perception. So some of you already know the truth deep down, but maybe you're second guessing yourself because the future feels uncertain, the comfort zone feels safer, or you're maybe afraid of making the wrong choice. But what Spirit is saying here is, and showing, is the confusion is temporary. The fog lifts after movement begins, not before. And this is important. Why? Because smoky mirror also talks about, are you seeing through fear or are you seeing through truth? And that changes everything. The blade, number 6. 6 could be significant as well. Perhaps it's your life paths numbers, 7, 6, 11. It doesn't have to be. I'm hearing some of you too. Perhaps it's synchronicities you've been seeing. The blade. Okay, a decision must be made, Spirit is saying here with the blade. A turning point. The blade is not passive energy, right? The blade is about cutting cords, ending cycles. making the difficult decision, reclaiming your power. And the biggest message here is stop hesitating. Because every time you delay a choice, you stay energetically tied to something that's already draining your spirit. Whether this is a relationship, it could be a job, a version of yourself, a pattern, a fear, a place you've outgrown. Feel called to share with us what that is. Comments are open. Hyping up the videos is leaving comments, and liking the videos and sharing. The blade says you already know what needs to change. Now it's about having the courage to act on it. But Spirit is also warning, do not make decisions from anger, fear, or revenge. Make them from alignment, because the choice is sharpening your next 6 months. And those of you that do like the videos and leave comments, whether the videos resonate with you or don't, I really, truly appreciate it. And those of you that have been sharing the videos, I really, really appreciate it. Okay, so the overall message I'm getting here is it's like the deeper spiritual energy surrounding this crossroad is like awakening, truth, discernment, courage, releasing illusions, stepping into alignment, and all of that is not random. Whatever which one it is for you, it feels like one of those moments where life says the path splits. Which direction do you choose? That changes everything that comes after that. All right, beautiful souls, thank you again. Let's dive in and look at the tarot here and see. We are going to see where is your current path. Spirit angels, ancestors, all of the highest light and good for our Scorpio, Sagittariuses. Where are they currently on their path? What happens if nothing changes? What shifts if they choose differently? And what is Spirit or their spirits truly, where their spirits really guiding them towards over the next 6 months? Scorpio, Sagittariuses, I need you to stay here until the end, because if nothing changes, let's have a look at that card. And what is this choice and this change? What is your intuition saying to you, beautiful souls? Eight of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Death, Nine of Swords. Alright, so what I'm feeling is this reading is really huge, because the choice in front of you is not small anymore. This is the kind of crossroad energy that changes the next 6 months of your life. Emotionally, spiritually, financially, even the people walking beside you. And Spirit is saying very clearly here, you already feel the shift coming. Okay, so let's just, before we dive into the tarot, all right, I'm getting some more message here with the oracle cards, all right, that already opened the portal with the rattle, the smoky river, and the blade, which is this soul level decision energy. The rattle, right, was Spirit calling you towards destiny, asking you to stop playing small with your own life. Smoky mirror, that shows confusion, illusion, fear, and the parts of yourself that still doubt your own power. And then with the blade, that is the moment that Spirit says, enough hesitation. So something must be cut away now. And yeah, let's dive into this tarot here, because the tarot is showing that this very intense story about comfort zones, emotional attachments, transformation, and awakening. Your current path is the Eight of Pentacles. So my Scorpio Sagittarius, many of you are deeply focused on maintaining something, which it could be a job, right? It could be a relationship. Maybe it's a routine. It could be a version of yourself, or maybe it's simply survival mode. Each of your stories will be different. Perhaps you feel called to share it with us, right? The Eight of Pentacles is effort, repetition, discipline, but emotionally this card can also become autopilot. Maybe you've been trying to make it work, trying to perfect something, trying to stay productive while maybe ignoring your soul has quietly been asking for. Like Spirit is showing something here about exhaustion. Not because you're lazy, all right, but because maybe your spirit has outgrown the environment you're still trying to build inside of, all right? So some of you, this is going to be a relationship where you've been carrying most of the emotional labor. So others, this is going to be about your career energy, where you've become too comfortable being needed instead of fulfilled. Because, Pentacles energies, this energy can feel safe, familiar, predictable, but Scorpio energy transforms. Sagittarius energy expands. So when these two energies are combined, staying emotionally trapped eventually becomes unbearable, right? If nothing changes, Two of Cups. Now, this is really interesting card in this position, because normally people expect a bad card to be here. But Spirit is being deeper than that, all right? That if nothing changes, connection remains. But the question is the connection evolving, or is it simply continuing, right? So for some of you, this means staying inside a bond that feels emotionally familiar but spiritually stagnant. A connection that keeps repeating cycles because nobody is making the deeper decision. For others, this could just be remaining emotionally attached to a version of your life that already expanded. Yeah, the Two of Cups is beautiful energy, right? Because this now becomes harder, where Spirit is saying because Spirit is not saying it's toxic. This is not toxic. This is toxic. What? Is it toxic? Is it not toxic? Spirit is saying this may no longer be aligned. Yeah, what Spirit is saying, this is not toxic. This may no longer be aligned. Okay, there's a difference, right? Some of you are maybe holding on to comfort because it feels emotionally safe, even though your soul already knows there's another chapter waiting. And the tension here is, if nothing changes, life may continue, fine. But deep fulfillment keeps getting delayed. Crossroad energy, if action is taken. There's a fly bugging here that's really, just one fly here that is driving me freaking nuts. Maybe there's a person that's driving you nuts. Okay. Or something that is bugging you. Just one thing. Okay. But anyway. Okay. If action is taken, death. Scorpio energy centered the reading fully. Alright. This is Scorpio energy, the death. The death. Okay. So what I'm hearing, this is not a small shift. This is like an identity death. Alright. This is the old life collapsing so the real one can begin. And I feel emotional when I actually look at this card, because Spirit is like saying, you already know what needs to end. Death is not punishment. It's liberation. So this could be ending a cycle, walking away from emotional breadcrumbs, leaving a draining environment, changing careers, moving, finally choosing yourself. Maybe it's just going to be releasing an old version of you that survived instead of lived. And what is powerful is that the breakthrough only happens after the release. The new life cannot fully enter when you're gripping the old. Some of you, the next 6 months, hold a massive rebirth, emotional healing, spiritual awakening, powerful new opportunities, stronger self-worth, and a completely different direction than you expected. And what Spirit is saying is here, you cannot carry the old identity into the new timeline. Interesting, the last card is the Nine of Swords, the mind. I'm picking up here addressing the fear, the anxiety, the overthinking, the sleepless nights, the what ifs I make the wrong decision or the wrong choice kind of energy. And Spirit is saying your mind is making the transition look scarier than it actually is. Smoky mirror energy is strong here, right? Some of you are trapped more by fear than of change, than by the situation itself. So what Spirit is saying here is they want you to stop catastrophizing your future. Now, if the word came out incorrectly, excuse me, as some of you that have been following me for a while, sometimes my pronunciations are not very, very good. It's something about the sounds I don't hear, and there's just certain sounds I don't hear, and so saying certain words just don't come out right, because if I don't hear it properly, how does it come out right? Okay. So this is something that I've struggled with from primary school, right? Where we started learning to read and write and stuff. Reading, writing, and spelling was extremely very difficult for me. But I went for hearing tests and evaluations and all sorts of things. But I also did have drummets and stuff. I could swim from the age of 18 months, and I spent a lot of time in the swimming pool and water. So that might have also caused ear problems and could have damaged my hearing. There's certain sounds I don't hear. But then again, there's certain sounds I hear that other people don't hear. Very interesting. I don't always talk about my life, but interesting that I'm bringing that up regarding my pronunciations of words, right? Okay, so anyway, yeah, this energy here is because the longer you stay frozen, the heavier the energy becomes, all right? The Nine of Swords is everything will go wrong, okay? Yeah, the Nine of Swords is not saying that everything will go wrong. Okay, I'm fixing that. Not everything will go wrong with the Nine of Swords being here. It's saying that you're mentally suffering before the future has even arrived. Okay. And what your intuition, your intuition already knows the truth. You feel it, you sense it, you've outgrown something. And so what Spirit is encouraging you to move towards honesty with yourself, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. All right, so let's have a look at the underlying energy of hidden influencing energy here. Let's have a look what it is. Judgment. This is the real energy underneath everything. The awakening, the so-called a life review. Judgment appears when the universe is trying to pull someone into alignment with their higher path. So the energy, this could be the energy of like second chances, major decisions, karmic closure, surrender, resurrection, destiny, finally answering the call your soul has been hearing. So for many of you, I feel like the next 6 months will become a chapter where you finally stop abandoning yourself. And I'm hearing that is the real transformation here. Not just changing circumstances, but changing the relationship that you have with your own soul. Right? Two of Cups. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be with someone else. And that's why we need to watch the whole reading to see where is this actually going. Some of you, okay, it's going to be with somebody else, this decision, but it can be with yourself too. With your own soul. The relationship you have with your own soul. Scorpio Sagittarius, this was powerful. The message, hey, let me know if it resonated or helped you in sort of any way, brought you some sort of clarity. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, all right? And again, thank you for liking, subscribing. Those of you that do share the videos and hype the videos up, thank you. I really, really appreciate it so much. And let us know, what choice have you been avoiding or that deep down you already know you need to make, right? Maybe it's something that I haven't mentioned in this reading. Perhaps you want to bring it to light. And remember, sometimes the hardest endings become the doorway to the life your soul has been trying to reach all along. I'm sending you all love and light. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being part of the Mystical Wolf Soul Tribe. Beautiful souls. I'll check you around the next one.